Right, welcome guys to my channel, the People's Podcast, but we're focusing on my great love for birds and photographing birds in flight. So you're going to see there's some birds feature on my channel, mainly Canada geese, because they're just the birds that are most local to me. They're absolutely abundant and they're so charismatic. I mean, look at these some of these images. They're not flying as much now, but they were really flying round about April, early May. And there was loads of activity. I think obviously they were laying eggs, breeding season, they're being territorial, that type of thing. So I go mainly to my local wildlife reserve, which is Branston Water Park, and I get some great images. I mean, look at this one. I really like this one. I like how it's obviously taking off from the water, and I've got the I've captured some of the splashes of water and stuff like that. So you can get some real good images. Here's a couple flying now. I'm having a real struggle with my equipment, and anyone who takes photographs of birds and stuff like that, they can get in touch and help me. I mean, this one is Mr. Territorial, this one is, but he's always there. When I'm throwing some swan and duck food in the water, he's always the first to come and flap his wings and stuff like that. So back to the Canada geese now. Like I say, I can get some great images, but I'm having a real struggle with my equipment. And what I've done is I've spent a fortune on older equipment. So I've got Canon, I've got Minolta, I've got Sony, and I've got some old lenses, some old Sigma lenses. I mean, I've got like a 300 f2.8, a 400 f4.5, and a 500 f4.5. So I've got some older lenses, Apo lenses. So they're not like the cheap ones or anything, but they're obviously 30 years old from the time of film cameras and stuff like that. So that's a nice Raven one. I got that. That's all of these are from Branston Park. You'll see there's a few coming up soon that are from Middleton Lakes, and you'll see Middleton Lakes feature quite a lot, but this one definitely is from and you can see the depth of focus is so shallow, and a lot of my images I'm losing just a little bit of sharpness, but every now and again I'll get an amazingly sharp image. And I'm going to do a video coming up very soon on my equipment and my lenses and all that type of thing, so other photographers can see what I'm working with and can see, sometimes I can get really sharp images, and other times it's always just slightly out of focus. I try to get the bird's eye in focus. This one's from Middleton Lakes, you can tell. It's from that first lake as you get in the car park and you walk through. This duck, if anybody knows, is rare, and he always flies in, and I've managed to get some really good images of him, and this is probably one of my best ones. But the swan's taking off, I think is beautiful. I've got some of the egret taking off, but they're for they're for another video. But the swans, when they're territorial and taking off and stuff like that, it's amazing. But this is the kind of thing I'm talking about the Canada geese. They're flying, they give great colour. There's that lovely kind of off brown kind of colour to them, and when you get the light on them, they look amazing. They really do. And you can get some great images of them. And it's just a shame I don't live in Canada, or because I say Canada, a place where I could get some pictures of sea eagles and stuff like that. I was in Florida not long ago, but I never had all my equipment, and it was just the osprey at the side of the road. It just had its nest on a lamppost, and I didn't have any cameras or anything. There's just the Osprey there. It's like, this is amazing. There's just the Osprey. But this is one of my sharp ones now. This is what I took this with a Pentax. Yeah, with a Pentax 300mm Apo lens. This is what I mean. So I just cannot get to grips with my equipment. This is one of my favourite images. It's of a robin. I think it's a robin. Yeah, it's of a robin, and you know, it's just really lovely light, and you know, I just managed to capture the bird, and you know, get a fast enough shutter speed. But you know, like I said, I just did a camera clearance. Someone did a house clearance, and someone was a really keen photographer, and I've got loads of Minolta cameras, and you know, I'm going to try and capture some on film. But this is from Middleton Lakes now. This is when they were all flying around and really active. But I went the other day and no birds were doing anything. Absolutely anything. But I'm going to go back tomorrow, and tomorrow hopefully I might be able to get some really good images. So, you know, I wasn't practiced enough with my equipment when all the herons were so active. And I'm trying to practice because I'm saving every penny to one day go to Africa and photograph the birds. This is a buzzard which literally lives around the corner from where we are. It's at the tennis club, and it flies over almost every day. Every picture that I've got, I can tell you a story about. Like, for example, this picture of the heron I took with my Canon EOS 1DX with that Sigma Apo prime lens, that 500mm lens, and even with that, the depth of field is so narrow. It's like the eyes focus but the wings aren't. And because this one was pretty decent, I used the same setup to get this one. Someone tell me what bird this is because it's got a red beak, but I just can't get oh, it doesn't work. Sorry, yeah, that's why. The lens doesn't work unless you're at the widest aperture. So if you try to get, so it's f4.5, so if you turn to 5.6, it just says error. It just doesn't take the picture at all. So you got no chance. This is the same bird flying across the water, as you can see. Now back to Branston now with the Canada geese. This was taken earlier in the year. I think it tells you on the picture when you download them, and it's got a nice dark colour to it. This was at Nottinghamshire on the canal. So this is in Nottingham town centre. This is in the canal. Literally, you couldn't get any more in the town centre. But listen, loads more videos to come. Please like and subscribe, help the channel. I'm saving up to go to Africa and really get to grips. So if anyone wants to join me or help me or contribute, just get in touch. Like and subscribe. Bye.